Hey everybody! Congratulations! Oh, of course. There we go. The launch music. Congratulations, everybody, on the launch day of the Deluxe Dragon Chair. Come join the Council of Dragons, folks. There's still space for you. So congratulations, Clinton Jody. We just launched and just funded, so that's exciting. But tell folks, what is the Deluxe Dragon Chair?
Oh, first of all, we can't say thank you enough to the first two people who just out of the gate went, yes, please. We want to do that and put us over our funding goal. And if all we do is sell 2 chairs, then trust me, we're happy. That's all we need. These are specialty chairs. They are one of a kind. They are made individually, like this is not a mass production place. This is, I mean, Clint can tell you more about the production of the chair and what makes it so special. But I just wanted to say thank you to the people who have rallied behind us to say that is a really cool chair and I wish I could afford it. We get you. We understand. But also to the people who said that is a really cool chair and I need that in my life. Thank you. So, oh, hey, I see Christian is joining us. Hi, Christian. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Clint, why don't you tell people about how the chair is made?
So when I went into designing the Dragon Chair, I wanted it to be absolutely top quality, premium, everything inside and out. So it is a solid hardwood frame inside, outside, kiln dried maple is what we're using for that. It's the leather we use is all top grain cowhide, which is the strongest, longest lasting version. On some furniture you find, and we mentioned this in the thing, that people will use what's called split hide on the outside. It's leather, but it's not fully cured, really, so it doesn't last as long. I wanted it, the whole thing, inside, outside, and then I wanted it to look like a dragon sitting on its, gold hoard. So we've got a gold finish on the legs. We've got a shiny gold finish on our brass nail trim that goes around. Yep, that's the other part of the dragon that's left after we skin it.
Reliably sourced dragons, organically,
right.
ethically raised.
Yeah. So we, I really wanted to put everything we could in this. There's actually 2 different patterns to the dragon on this. On the inside and outside back, it's like the spine of the dragon. You can see that. But then on the seat cushion and the arms, it's kind of like the soft underbelly, what you would use to make the part that you're actually sitting on. It's and I wanted it to be it's over 4 feet tall. I wanted it to be, kind of massive too. I think it's that. And then kind of the final, piece de resistance was getting the pattern for the dragon. We have that, we have a sewer who stitches each one of those in individually. The dragon mark that folks can get, and we can do that on the inside back of the chair. We can do it on the throw pillows, and we could even put it on the seat cushions that we're doing now, so that you can get seat cushions on our wooden chairs that we've been doing for years to match your dragon chair, if you want.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think. Why don't you speak a little bit to the legacy of Carolina game tables and just, you guys are one of the very first, not the first game table to go to a crowdfunding platform several years ago.
We were the first company to ever run a game table crowdfunding campaign. In fact, when we talked to the people at Kickstarter and said, hey, we'd like to do this, they were like, that's a pledge level of, I think it was like whatever, 1,500 or something, which seems, wow, inflation in 10 years, huh?
Yeah.
But when we were talking to them about that, they were like, I don't think we can, we've never seen somebody pledge that much for a Kickstarter. We just don't know how this is going to go. And we sold those 10 tables. And I think the first couple of hours, first day, it's been, a long time, we forget, but we were the first ones. We were not one of the $1 million Kickstarter people, but that is okay with us because this is not the only business we've ever run or started. And this is the kind of growth that we want to have for our company. We want sustainable, easy growth, steady growth. And this is launching the first of what we hope will be a grand upholstered line of furniture. So yes, we have the Dragon Chair. It is super cool. And we have thoughts of other things, but maybe that's for another live stream. I don't want to go into that too much today, but we will do other live streams during the campaign. I just saw that Josh DeMarie is in the chat with us. If you'll bring him up here on the screen a little bit. So our very first table we took to Gen Con, and as a family brought that, showed it off. We have so many funny stories about that Gen Con. But anyways, we showed it off as a prototype. And then as part of our, bootstrapping business plan, we were like, we're going to try to sell this off of the show floor because that helps fund the Kickstarter payments and, like the other stuff that we were doing for development and building the website, all that. The Demeries came up to us and they were like, we want that table. So we sold them the first table and that was not enough for them. No, that was not enough for them.
Josh then came back and informed me he needed a bigger table.
We're going to need a bigger table.
The Demeries are the reason Tablezilla exists.
Oh, really? Okay, this is definitely a storied history. It's not just a fun first customer.
So they not only have the first game table we ever built, they have the first Tablezilla we ever did.
Oh, that's
which they were kind and awesome enough to let us use that table at the first show we ever showed at.
Yep, I can't tell you. We've gotten so many blessings out of knowing the Demery family. I just can't tell you. So,
yeah.
Well, but yeah, we learned that we don't want to take a Tablezilla to PAX South in San Antonio ever again. And then PAX South doesn't even exist anymore. So, but yeah, Tablezilla is a really big table to put in a 10 by 10 booth. It didn't fit.
Yeah. I mean, we could have the table in the booth or we could have us in the booth. It was a choice. The table won.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think because the design ethic and production ethic carries through to this chair, so there's your tables. Why don't you speak a little bit to about how your furniture is designed to fit in people's lives, how it's different than fast furniture, not the IKEA stuff. What makes it different? What's the difference that Carolina Game Tables brings to the table, literally, and the chairs?
Well, with the game tables, we've always done game tables for real life. That it's your table 7 days a week, but game night, you can take the top off. You've got a great game table. You can leave the game set up. With the Dragon Chair, we're actually I'm being allowed to step back to my roots, which is ultra high premium upholstered furniture. And it's really been great to kind of go back to that. And this is like what we have now is we have our signature line, which is our most popular tables, finishes, the ones that we've got now because of where we are in the industry, that we can have those shipping as early as 2 weeks. And then we've got our personalized stuff that let people have different choices and options. And, some of the styles that are less common, those are still all available. With the Dragon Chair, we're starting what we're calling our elite line. This is our, best of the best of what we can put together and use of, what I know in the history and what very much is connected to my decades in furniture before we started Carolina Game Tables of just making top quality furniture.
Well, and just these are designed to be generational items. Like the tables are meant to last a lifetime to give to your kids to be an heirloom, and so are the chairs. And that's not a coincidence. Like, this is in your blood, Clint, right?
Yeah, yeah. Sawdust and springs and things. That's what I said. I mean, I grew up, as I told you, I grew up playing hide and seek with my cousin at my grandfather's, where my grandfather's company was. And, and I said, I was even, before LARPing was a thing, I'd go down to the frame shop there and these guys would make me swords, toy swords out of wood. And I mean, just beautiful pieces of art, really, that I treated horribly because I was a kid, just beating them against things, whatever. But yeah, I mean, it really is. I mean, but with the Dragon Chair, what I want to do is kind of with the game tables. It goes back to this theory of taking my background in furniture, but adding in that nerdy, geeky gamer side of me as well. Of I don't just want to do a nice chair. I want to do a chair that looks like it's made out of dragon hide,
Yeah.
And I want, I want it to be a chair big enough for me to sit in comfortably, which makes it a great chair for people that aren't my size, because we got people that get in that and curl up with their legs, or you can lay across the arms, everything. But yeah, I mean, it's a thrill to do it and put it out there and make it available. But as Jody and I were talking about before we went live, if nothing else, she and I got 2 cool chairs out of this.
Right. So Jody, where have people? So one of our backers, I think, our head of the Dragon Council, the numero uno head honcho, the dragon himself, is in the chat. It sounds like he found it at Origins. Where did you guys show this off, and where can people see it before the campaign is over? Because there is another big opportunity to come and sit in the Dragon Chair yourself.
That's right. So we did have this at Origins. We had some really cool people come and sit in it. Some of our really good friends shared pictures of themselves sitting in the chair while they're at Origins, including a new friend. I hope I can call him that, Kevin Sussman. So, right? That was super cool because he just walked up to the booth and he started talking to us about the chair. He asked for a picture with it. I took his phone. I took, the picture of him with it. A lot of people did that. I offered to take their pictures with their phones and that kind of thing. And then he was like, do you want to take my picture with your phone for the chair for you? And I'm like, yes, please.
Okay, I want to be clear. That's how Jody heard it. He said it much more clearly.
He did. Jody's brain just had to go.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that would be a really smart idea. I should have asked for that. But anyway, so we were at Origins, and we are here in Hickory, North Carolina. So if you want to come to the showroom, we are hours by appointment only. So you'll need to email info@carolinagametable.com to set up an appointment. And then we will be at Gen Con. We're going to have a nice, big, pretty booth. We're going to have that same backdrop that you saw in the pictures from Origin. So you too can get your cool cosplay picture done, or get your group picture made with the chair or with that backdrop. And come check us out. You'll see the chair for yourself. You'll be able to feel how soft and luxurious that leather is. You can trace your fingertips across that velveteen trim and the polished metal. I mean, y'all, this is where I sit when I'm doing some of my editing, because I'll pull out my tablet and I'll just sit there. And it's my nice little spot to take a break, because otherwise I'm just here at the computer all day long. I need to take a break, and that is such a good chair for taking a break in. I can't say anything better about it than that. It looks like we have at least 2 backers in the chat. If you've, I haven't looked to see if you've been pulling people up, but thank you so much for joining us today, Cozy Wizard and Tybar Sunsong. Thank you guys for believing in us and for joining us at the outset. And gosh, I'm just so excited, y'all, because we knew that we would at least get to keep the cool chairs if nothing else was going to happen. But now we get to share this chair with everybody else.
Well,
The chair.
And then the Council of Dragons folks, the two who are in the chat, they get some pretty cool extras that are just personalized things to thank you from you folks. So, what you want to talk a little bit about those cool little extras that are still available if you want to join? There's only, I think, 3 spots left on the Council of Dragons. So, if you're seeing this, hop on, claim your spot.
Yeah, it's kind of hard for me to check the campaign and be live. So I'm just going to talk about our early bird gifts. So if I'll ask our camera person to go over there and check out the aluminum dice. The dice that we have on display here are from Norse Foundry, and this is a set that was sent to us as a sample. So it shows our Carolina Game Tables logo. The dice that we're going to have as early bird gifts are still going to be the aluminum dice that you see there, but with our cool dragon logo, and that will be in the ace position of the dice. So the ace position, if you are not familiar with Savage Worlds, the game that we're known for in the gaming industry, it's the top number showing on the die. So a 4 on a D4, a 6 on a D6, that kind of thing. And in Savage Worlds, that number explodes. You get to pick it up and re-roll it and add it. So you'll get a complete set of all the dice plus an extra wild die, because that's also something you do in Savage Worlds. So it's an 8 die set. Our set had the D20 stolen at Origins. I guess I can't blame them if they snuck it past us. That it's like the first time that's happened in I guess 9 or 10 years, but it does happen. Gamers are good people. They really are. So that is.
I want to add in actually to that on the set, the D4 on the D4. The logo is actually in the middle of all the numbers, not at the 4. So you can see it all the way around, but it doesn't replace that one number just because of the design of a D4.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to actually about the other thing we've ever had stolen from the booth, which is literally like one like fabric swatch, like one tiny piece of fabric. That's the only thing we've ever
actually the blue one right there. Yeah, that's our camera person, because the camera person was with us when that happened, and I was opening it up, and it was like, why literally had to take it off the ring. Just the blue one.
It's just inconvenient. That's all, because now we can't show people what that blue fabric looks like. Anyways, so we're oh, look, Norse Foundry is joining us. Yay! We have a lot of people in the industry that we know who make dice. I don't want to throw any shade on anybody else because they all have cool stuff. I could name a lot of names, but I want to stick with Norse Foundry because they're working with us on this particular project, and they make really good high quality dice. I am just such a fan of metal dice in particular, because as you can tell, we make some pretty good luxury items and high premium quality things. That's what Norse Foundry does with their metal dice, and I just absolutely love it. I like to have that heft. And in our tables, there's some people who are like, oh no metal dice on my tables. Yes, you can have metal dice in the play area. That's where the fabric is. Or use a dice tray. There's lots of cool companies that are making dice trays. So we're working with them for this.
Their gemstone dice are amazing too. I mean, I like the metal, but I had to find the perfect gift for a friend who almost died a year ago but didn't die. So we had a congratulations, you're not dead a year later celebration party, and you might remember him. His name is J.M. DeFoge. He does our Savage Anniversary. But I got a set of the Norse Foundry gemstone dice in his favorite color because I mean they're just beautiful and natural, and they're nice and hefty, and you can really read the numbers. So like, good job, Norse Foundry. We love your stuff, and we've actually paid for it, right? Well, I didn't get it for free. I just say it, but good stuff, Norse Foundry. We appreciate all the support you've given to Savage Worlds and Carolina Game Tables. So thanks for being there.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to them, especially as we're coming back to Gen Con. Last year when we did our live stream at Gen Con, which there will be another game.
Speaking of which,
this year, yeah. Oh, look,
yeah,
it's little secret. The GM for that game this year, Candace the Magnificent.
Not a secret anymore.
Not a secret anymore. I done told people now, Candace, you got to do it. But the Norse Foundry folks gave us some dice sets for all the players and the GM to use on that live stream, and then at the end just said, hey, you guys keep those sets. you know, and it was nice. It was really, you know, great of them to do that and be that supportive of us and what we were doing. It's, you know, I'm not going to ask that of them again because, you know, we did have like 2 of their employees playing in that game, 2 of their people, so that was a benefit as well. But yeah, they're just known them for years. They're great folks, and they're, to be fair, there are a lot, as Jody said, a lot of dice manufacturers that are just great folks that we know in the industry. This is just who we're definitely working for this one.
So, a funny question in here: does the Deluxe Fabric Chair have ley lines, magical spots of convergence on the earth to power up your spells? Jody said no, but for $300, you can put some deluxe lines in the chair. So, do you guys want to talk about the optional upgrade they can put on the chair or on the pillows?
By the stitching, you mean? Yes.
Yes.
So this is interesting. For those people who don't know how this process works, you might be imagining, because I was not born into furniture, I had to marry into it and learn the long time way how this works. I was imagining like a Ford Motor Factory kind of thing, where there's this big robot arm that comes over and just goes, zzz, you know, like that's just how furniture is made, right? No, especially not when you're doing really cool detailed stuff like this. They actually have a pattern that they put over the leather, and then they have to mark the leather. Actually, I think they use like ivory soap or something. And then they not hand stitch, but they use a heavy duty sewing machine, but they have to hand follow the pattern. If I mess something up, Clint, please correct me, because you know this stuff way better than I do. But
yeah, it's not exactly a soap, but it kind of looks like that. But it's kind of a it's a white powder that will stay on while they're sewing, but then wipes off, you know, as soon as you're done. So all you're left is the stitching on it. But yeah, it does. It takes a commercial sewing machine, heavy duty one, to be able to sew leather at all, much less put this kind of stitching in there. And the fact that, you know, using that pattern and just doing it by hand, the sewer that does this is, you know, amazingly skilled.
Yeah, that's really great. So
and I would say, yes, the Dragon Chair does come with ley lines, but it doesn't tell you where they are. I think the Makame understands that you just can't trust a dragon sometimes.
That's right. Oh, and so the showroom cam is now showing you the back of the chair. I don't know if we've got the right lighting to show it off, but you can see the spine detail on the embossing on the back of the chair. So it's got the closer pattern for the spine, and then it goes wider the farther out. So we've got that on the back of the chair, as well as the inside back of the chair, which is where you would put your back when you're sitting in the chair. But yes, that's it's just one of those little details to have these multiple embossed patterns into the leather, so that it looks more dragony, right? And it is American leather. Like this is still high quality, top grain. Might have to go into a little bit about the difference between top grain and the other versions of leather that are out there. It's on our page if you want to read about it on the Backer Kit campaign. But this is another kind of education piece that I had to learn coming into the industry as married into it. Kind of like marrying the mob.
I tried to get up, but they pulled me back in.
But when there were some people who asked at Origins, they were like, is this going to split? Like, how long is the chair going to last? And I'm like, I've got leather pieces in our home that have been around for, oh gosh, like maybe 10, 15 years, and they look brand new. Like you need to maybe clean the upholstery if you've got upholstered fabric parts every now and then, because dogs rub up against them to clean. Their ears are itchy and they're like, I'm going to rub up against that, and they need to clean the upholstery. But for like for the leather parts, it's just it's leather. You just wipe it. It's easy to keep clean. Sometimes people are like, oh, I can't keep leather clean, or they do worry about like cats. I can't help you with cats. Cats are their own level of destruction, like.
Well, cats and dogs, anything like that. I mean, it's a natural material.
Mhm.
It's great and it's awesome and it's fantastic, but it still is what it is. Because we do what we noted in there, it's called semi-aniline, which means it goes through a process where not only does it have a top protectant coat and colorant that's done to it, but it's actually dyed with the dye that goes through the hide. So if it does get a little scratch, you're not seeing like just bare hide underneath it. It'll be the same color than if that's the exterior, maybe a little bit lighter to begin with. But the tricky part about that is, yeah, there's some things with the natural, I like this that, as I tell people the story about, I remember the lady who sent us a picture of her sofa, and it had this dark circular spot in one cushion at the corner with a little oblong kind of spot on the side of the arm. And I'm like, do you have a dog? And she was like, oh, my dog never gets on the furniture. Not when you're home. But that's where that dog's been laying every day while you've been gone. That's what happens from the oils from fur and things like that. So that can happen. More so with what we call a full aniline leather, where it's designed to absorb oils. With semi-aniline, we kind of go midstream, so you get a little bit of the best of both worlds. So it'll stand up to that better.
So there's one functionality thing that shows up in the video, and we'll play this video in a second here so you guys can see the campaign video. But back in the day, I had a cheap, not leather, but pleather chair, and the entire base was wrapped in the pleather, and there were no vents on it. And it was kind of actually unpleasant to sit on because it didn't evacuate the air when your body sat up. But this chair does not have that problem. So you want to describe what the awesome feature is on the seat that make sure that it's actually very comfortable, and you have options on whether you want to sit on leather or sit on the Deluxe fabric side too.
Yeah, on the chair itself, we use the same fabric that we use on our interior of our tables for the welting, which is the trim that goes around it, but also, as you just saw, on the reverse of the seat cushion. So it's a fully reversible to a fabric seat, but that also means it's also it has full breathability as well. Regardless of which side you sit on, you're not getting that thing of like if you did a solid leather seat cushion or something like that to where the air can't, breathe as much, or it does so very slowly. With the fabric on there, regardless of which side you sit on, it'll just instantly, fit to your lower extremity upon which you sit.
Can I put this in a more crass way? So if you've got it fully sealed by leather and you sit on it, it becomes a whoopee cushion.
It does.
If you sit on, or like even if you have one of the throw pillows, the reason we put the velveteen on one side so it's not leather on both sides is because as soon as you like squish yourself against that throw pillow and it's leather on both sides, it's squeak. It's just like a whoopee cushion. So we didn't want to whoopee cushion the seats of our chairs. That's the kind of thing that you have to think about when you're making these things. And the velveteen does the best job.
Yeah, and that was another aspect of when we went through prototyping the pillows. Each chair does come with a throw pillow with it. And part of that is it gives you, for people that aren't as tall, it gives them a spacer they can put behind them. If it was solid leather, well, then that's not going to give and be comfortable either. And it's also reversible. So you could use the fabric or the leather side for that, or, just have it beside you. Having the pillows as something you can buy extra as well. For our solid wood chairs that we've done before, you can see them to the right and left of the table there. The solid wood chairs, and then we have some that have the seat cushions on it over here. Look at that. the throw pillows also fit perfectly to make a back cushion for those chairs. So if you have somebody who wants a back cushion as well, you can use it. And again, it's not going to, as Jody puts it, whoopee cushion on you.
I mean, that's a fun effect for like the first 5 minutes, but then you're like, I'm not 8 years old anymore.
And we did do that same fully reversible fabric on the seat cushions. We have to tie back on these pieces as well. You can see the fabric on the reverse side there. And we did do a full 2-inch thick foam fill. It's not just a thin knife edge, as they call it.
Like the throw pillow. That's a knife edge.
Yeah, on that. And that cushion we're doing in there, actually having specially designed to where it has the foam, but it has a softer fiber to where you sit. Well, we've got the foam supplier doing it with the fiber on both sides. So it is fully designed to sit either way just as comfortably.
Right?
Yeah. I saw that comment. We may need to grab some of those cushions as well. Trust me, they're so nice. And we also did that so it could complement any other furniture you've got in the room, because we're not making the sofa, we're not doing a dragon sofa yet. Maybe we can do that for the right. I guess, gosh, y'all, we aren't trying to gouge you on, I promise you. That would be a bit, but we have that option. We could do that. But if you've just got like a normal black sofa and you want to put your red chair with it, you can throw the red throw pillow on the black sofa. And now you've got, now it all looks like it's part of the same set. It all looks a little bit more cohesive. So that's one reason why we wanted to do the throw pillows. Also, for those of you who can't afford $1,000 chair, it's like, this is a really cool throw pillow. Please join us for the campaign. You'll get 2 throw pillows for $300. That's actually a really good price for leather throw pillows. And then the Dragon Mark upgrade is $300 per pillow. As we've already explained, these are one of a kind. Each one is individually hand stitched by a person, not a machine. So these are pieces of art that you can have in your home.
Yeah, well, and speak to the pay over time option, because it kind of came up as a kind of a responsible way you can kind of spread out the payments for this campaign. So, that's a new thing that BackerKit offers. So, speak a little bit to that, how that works.
Right. So, if you have a pledge level over $150, and you as a creator set this up with BackerKit, which we did, you can use their pay over time feature, which means you split your payment into 4. Or you split your pledge into 4 equal payments. And then you cannot access the pledge manager until you have finished making your payments. That's not really going to affect us because we're going to be working with so few people with this. But say if we were doing a board game, that would be, you're not talking to us about it until you get the payments done. But for our campaign, for our purposes, you're splitting the cost of a $6,000 chair into 4 payments. It's a lot easier. If you want to do a $300, set of 2 pillows, then you're setting that up over 4 payments. It makes it so much more, it's easier on the paycheck. And I think then you pay for shipping at the end. Each person will be invoiced for shipping individually based on where you live. Not like, oh, this region of the United States pays this kind of money. No. In fact, BackerKit came to us when we said that. And they were like, are you sure? Are you sure you want to do it this way? And it's like, yes, our team has experience with that. That's how we do things here at Carolina Game Tables. We work with each individual customer and get a variety of quotes for each delivery, especially on the furniture. For the pillows, it might just be this goes in this size box from FedEx or whatever, right? But for the chair, we're going to give you several quotes and different delivery methods, transit times, white glove delivery, threshold delivery, different options that you can have so that you know that your chair is being especially protected, and they will put it in your home and take away all the trash if you want white glove delivery. There's all the different layers that you can option for on the shipping. That comes last at the end. As soon as when we're done, then we worry about the shipping price, because you might move. If we get your address now and then you move, We just have to redo it later. So we don't collect shipping when you place your order, not on our tables, not on our chairs. We wait for that until it's done and it's ready to ship to you. Then we talk to you.
And then what is the estimated delivery date for these?
Well, that's what I was about to say. You'd have to be planning on moving fairly quickly,
Right.
because we've tried to set everything up that we can have these either en route at least or delivered by Christmas. We've
That is
got
fantastic.
we've got the list down. We've got to close out, the campaign. We've got to run through, all of that, getting our money, obviously, and then, get the orders to the factory, get them start manufacturing. I worked very hard not only to make this design something that is, premium quality, but it's also something that everything is, as Jody said, it's American made. Most everything here really is local to us, within an hour and a half or so of the factory, and stocked, usually barring a huge influx of things. So we can get the materials in once we get the orders in, get everything running, and hopefully get those produced and get them on trucks and head it out. And like I said, I hope somebody is sitting in their dragon chair, sipping an eggnog and opening, presents for whatever holiday they get them for, and come midwinter.
I mean, this is a great present, right? Like if you're trying to really do something cool for your game master, for your spouse or partner, for, like, I don't know, a graduation present, like whatever it is that you want to celebrate, getting one of these chairs is a really cool way to celebrate.
So Clint, for folks who are sizing up their wallets and their dining room or living room or bedroom space for, can I fit this chair? Will it look great in? Do you want to give folks, what are the sizes on the chair? What's the dimensions? I can feet too, just in case.
Yeah, you can see down there. So these dimensions, to be clear, are what we call in the industry outside dimensions. And outside dimensions mean from the farthest point. So when we say it's 46 inches wide, that's from the widest flare on those arms to the outside flare. Okay. Widest point to widest point. It's 51 inches high, that is from the floor to the top of that curved wing up at the top, the highest point on the chair, and 33 inches deep, because it does have a bit of an angle to it. That can be a little bit, because it's angled back for comfort, obviously, but it's from the very front of the chair to the back top of that wing. So actually down towards the bottom where the seat is, it wouldn't be quite that, deep, but from the very front to that. Now in the seat cushion, 24 inches wide between the arms and 20 inches deep.
So it's a nice big chair.
Very generously proportioned, yes.
That's right. Well, let me show you guys the video while we've got it, because if you're just joining us, we'll play a little campaign video, and then we'll come back and we'll wrap up with some final questions, some final ideas, and we'll probably do another stream before the campaign's over, whatever. But it's been a very exciting launch day, so thank you to our Council of Dragons, Head of Dragons members who are in the chat. We appreciate you guys backing us early and showing commitment there. But this campaign, Jody, how long is the campaign going to run? So folks that I need a little more time to convince the spouse that this is something that we need in their lives.
Good question. Good question. So this is going to run through Gen Con because we wanted people to be able to see it there and then go, okay, yes, no, I need to have this. So through Gen Con all the way to August 8th, and then we'll end it at 8 p.m. Eastern because we live in the Eastern time zone. That's easiest for us. And that way it's 8 p.m. We figured that'd be easier to remind people about and to remember ourselves. Honestly.
So yeah, you've got 8/8. You have till 8/8 at 8 to convince the spouse that this is something you need to bring home, and might even be easier than convincing you need a baby, right? Because it doesn't require that much care. It's very simple. Just, little damp rag. But
also, it looks like one of our backers has already made a video and linked it in our Twitch. So we'll have to find that and promote it out there too. So
Awesome.
show our video for now, and then
I
maybe
will.
we can find that one.
Okay, sounds good.
We had so much fun making that little video, by the way. And we've got other content that we filmed that day that we'll be spooling out over the next few weeks. So we did another recut and a little bit more extra, content into it. And then released that today as a premiere on YouTube. So if you haven't seen it yet, I hope you'll check it out. It's really focusing on being the ultimate game master. So that's fun. But we have more stuff coming. So
nice. That is perfect. And yeah, I'll throw in a link. This is the link to the gaming trends video. Let's see right there. Let me see if I can't bring up. I'll bring it up on the page so you guys can see it because it's. Let's see. Can I share the screen?
If you can't, then we'll figure it out later. But thank you so much, Cozy Wizard, for making a video and for look at that.
Right, so yeah, I won't play the audio, but the
Okay.
I mean, you could see it. Let me go to overlay.
Yeah, but you can see him sitting in the chair. You can already see, like, he's got his elbow propped up on the pillow. If you don't fill the entire chair, it's nice to have that pillow to the side. But you can also just lean to one side. Sometimes when I'm editing, I'll sit on one side and throw my legs over one of the wings. It's a very sturdy chair. You can do that. It's not going to rock or tip or anything like that. And yeah, he talked to Clint. He got to interview him there. Do you remember what you were talking about, Clint?
Every time I see this guy, all I can think about is him standing on our tables. I don't know who this guy is, but he follows me around everywhere, and people get video of him at the same places I'm at.
Because he's talking about himself.
yeah. I mean, he knows a lot about our furniture. I'll give him that. But Mike and I are discussing the construction, the make, the patterns on the leather, everything. I mean, it was great talking to him. We got to talk to a ton of people at Origins that came by. There's a lot of stuff that came out. But yeah, the stitching on it and the options for that. Yeah, I mean, he's got audio on this. Go watch the video.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
How am I supposed to remember? I don't remember what I ate for breakfast.
But you know what? For scale, Clint is 6 foot tall, so it looks like he's just a little bit taller than you are, maybe a couple of inches. But just for scale, you can see how tall the chair is. We did have the inches and dimensions listed earlier, but that should give you some idea of just how impressive it is. Now, we didn't want to do like a Game of Thrones made out of swords, like uncomfortable and is 6 feet tall, 6 feet wide, really impossible to move out of your house or into another room. No, this is a classic look. It's got just the right kind of height. We put a lot of thought into this, and I hope that you guys like it. Apparently 2 people do. Thank you so much.
Yeah. My favorite part of Origins, which is actually from the beginning of the video when Mike said it, and from before when he first sat in it, and so many people, was when they sit in this chair and they go, "Oh, wow, that's comfortable."
Yeah.
And from a design aspect that you've got it all. It's not just a look. It's something that you can sit in and be, so comfortable while you're in it, and that was really such a wonderful part, is seeing so many people try it out, and all we had to do is get them to sit in it, and then it was a question of getting them out. Best story from Origins is talking to 3 people, one couple, and their friend sits in the chair, and I'm talking to the couple, and we turn around, and the guy fell asleep in the chair. Like that. Just zonked out. Literally had to wake him up.
I mean, like better than an airplane seat, right? You have that little headrest there. And just and if you drool, it's easy to clean up. Don't worry.
No, so I mean, that's the thing. Is like the as someone who's recently in the market for a couch, I can attest to the fact that, one, it's very hard to find anything that's truly American made. This is an American made product, American owned. You got the 2 nicest people on the planet behind this project. It's a generational experience. So not only is the generations behind the manufacture and quality and know-how of how to build furniture, it's one that hopefully will last generations for you and your family to pick it up. But it's just unique. Everything that's kind of, because of inflation and the economy and all these things, like a lot of fast furniture has gone to cutting corners and something that might look good for a week or 2 or a month, and then it will not last. This is not built that way. This is an investment in high quality furniture that will last generations that you can leave to your kids. It's tasteful, and just every choice was made to, this is something it's quality and it should last. And that's so rare anymore. It's so rare almost impossible to find. And sure, it does come with a luxury price tag, but there are those easy pay options you can pay over time with 4 equal payments. And hey, I mean, the experience you guys have done, not only just leading the charge in gaming furniture, that's something that you pat yourself on the back for. But I do love that you guys are moving into expanding the line with upholstered furniture. This is a great way to start it. Thank you to our first 2 Council of Dragon backers. It's been pretty amazing that you guys hopped on board. And we'll probably be back with some more streams over the course of the campaign. We got 1 month to back the campaign, so until 8 p.m. And if you want to see it live in person, come to Gen Con. You can actually test it out with your own rear end and maybe fall asleep in it too. And
I don't know that we'll give you that kind of time, but but yes, I really appreciate everybody who's been able to join us today. We can't hang out forever. We've got stuff we need to do. I'm actually donating blood this afternoon because I knew sitting here at the computer and staring at the screen was just going to drive me batty. And there is a need for blood. So please, if you can donate, please do. What can I say other than, my own video is holding it. What can I say other than I love the furniture that we make and I love being able to share it with people. So thank you for those who can join us for this. And things are, like you said, for the inflation, things are just not going to get cheaper. So the expected retail value on this as it is right now, because these are still prototypes, is $7,500. So the early bird price of $6,000 for the first few backers, that's going to be a bargain, guys. I know that it might not seem like it for some of you, but that's fine. That's that's not going to be for you then. That's gosh, I wish it could be. I really do. I really do.
Candace, I will consider, she says that essentially your first hug is going to be from the Dragon Chair.
Yeah. I love that.
Well, awesome. One more link in the chat to the campaign if you haven't seen it on BackerKit, but we just launched a little less than an hour ago, and we are funded. So this project is happening. So congratulations to Clinton and Jody. Thank you to our backers, our head of the Dragon Councils. And if you want to be a dragon, you got to get the chair. So we'll see you guys at Gen Con. We'll probably be back with more streams before then. Probably, I think what would be fun to do is collect all the photos of all the people cosplaying in the chair that you guys have seen, and we'll grab that Gaming Trends video so you can actually hear it with audio as well. But so we'll be back at some point during the campaign with some more streaming. But thank you to our lovely camera assistant who's been showing off our showroom excellently. We appreciate all that too. But look at all the technology we got here. We got like 5 locations and live feeds and
by the way, Candace just asked. Yes.
Right? Yes. And if me being at Gen Con has decided to buy a chair, I will come to Gen Con and personally sit in your dragon chair. But you could probably, maybe you could buy one off the floor, like the person before. No. Okay.
No.
Okay.
No.
But they are available for Christmas. That's the plan. So campaign runs a month, and I'm gonna cash in my hug from Candace. And if you've got a little something cashed in, saved away, you can pick up a really special Christmas gift for your loved one and your kids and your grandkids, because it will last that long. So, folks, thank you so much for making the Deluxe Dragon Chair a success on day one. Quentin, Jody, again, congratulations. And we will see you soon.
Yeah. Please help us spread the word. Thank you.
Yes.
Awesome. Yeah, spread the word of the campaign. You've got friends who can hear this. So we appreciate you, folks.
Yeah, let them know. First 48 hours is the early bird, and gets the early bird gifts too. So
yeah, right. All those
already interested.
Really cool customized stuff. So again, thanks to Norse Foundry for also making really great products that we're proud to put next to the Carolina Game Table.
And our dice bag.
Yeah, the dice bag.
Yeah.
Did we even mention the dice bag? Personalized up to 15 characters. Anyways, you get to put, your dragon ass on the name of the bag.
Crit fail queen for Jody.
Fantastic. Well, thank you, folks. We appreciate it.